Hi everyone, good morning and welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for joining and a great big welcome to the blog tour for Kerby Rosanes' new release, Worlds Within Worlds. I was really kindly contacted by Michael O'Mara Books, who are the publishers of this stunning book. And they asked if I would like to participate in their blog tour and share this book with you guys on my channel. And I was also contacted by them when Colourmorphia was released by Kerby as well. So yeah, I was honoured that they thought of me and asked me again to be part of a blog tour for Kerby's work. So thank you to Michael O'Mara Books for giving me this wonderful opportunity. So you guys by now should have seen the flip through that I have done on this book. If you haven't, it is in the channel. If you go to, it's in two different playlists. It's in flip throughs and also product reviews. So there is an in-depth flip through of this book there, but today I am going to be colouring from this stunning book, and I have chosen the double page spread at the back of the shoes. Now it didn't matter how many times I flipped through this book trying to decide what page to colour. There's so many in here that I want to do, but I kept coming back to this one for my first one. So I thought, okay, it's a sign, we will start this on camera. And let me just move my lighting over a smidge and see if that helps at all with the shadowing. Here's me thinking I was organised, and it would seem not. Not to worry, not to worry. Okay. So these are the pages that I am going to be working on, and I've decided to use mixed media for these pages, but I am going to start off with my Faber-Castell Polychromos pencils. So if any of you would like to join in and colour along with me, then I will give you the pencil names and all of that good stuff. Okay, let's start by basing the trees. So let's use raw umber. Okay, so I'm going to, let's have a look. Yeah, so I'm going to base the tree barks with burnt umber in the Faber-Castell Polychromos. So let me zoom you in so you can see what I'm doing. There we go. So I hope you're all doing well and having a good day so far. If you are new to colouring and you haven't checked out Kerby's work so far, I would highly recommend you do so. His books are fantastic. He is the illustrator of Anamorphia, Imagimorphia, Mythomorphia, Phantomorphia, Geomorphia, Colourmorphia, which is sort of like a compilation of some of Kerby's favourite pages from his Morphia series of books. I'm sure he has a Land and Sky book, but that is images from some of his other books as well. And then of course we have this one, the Worlds Within Worlds. So, like I said, if you haven't checked out Kerby's work or you're not familiar with it, I would highly, highly recommend checking it out, because I do not think you will be disappointed. Now, some of his pages are more detailed than others, but I think that's great. It's always nice to have that choice, isn't it? That variety. I definitely think some of the pages are not for the faint-hearted. But again, I think his work is phenomenal. He has such an incredible imagination. So these polychromos seem to be going down really lovely on this paper. Going down really nice and smooth. But as you can see, I'm just using a light pressure because I do want to layer up colours. So it may be that this isn't necessarily showing too well on camera at the moment, but hopefully as I build the colour, it will be more noticeable. And yeah, you can see what I'm doing a bit better. And like I said, I'm going to be using all sorts on these pages, which is what I love to do. I love mixed media. So that is what I'm going to do. So if you do have any of Kerby's books, which ones do you have? And do you have a favourite? Mythomorphia was my favourite. Closely followed by Imagimorphia. But I must say, guys, and this, this is the honest truth, since receiving this book from the publishers, I think that this has quickly become my favourite. And then followed very, very closely by Mythomorphia. But yeah, this one, Worlds Within Worlds, is definitely my favourite. And I can see this being a book that I keep on my cart next to my bed as a book that I know that I will colour in a lot. Okay, so we're just lightly basing this. If I'm if I'm snuffly, I do apologise. I'm coming down with a cold. It's typical, isn't it? Absolutely typical. So the different kind of mediums I will be using on this double page spread is of course my polychromos. I think I will probably be using my Prismacolors as well, because I've fallen back in love with those pencils recently, so I definitely need to use those on here somewhere. I plan on using my Caran d'Ache Neocolor 2s for the background, my glitter gel pens for some accents and things, Crayola Super Tips I want to do up here for the leaves in the trees. No doubt there will be some fine liner work in here as well for some of the smaller details. So yeah, like I said, I'm going to be throwing all sorts at these pages. I will work on them off camera as well, So it won't all be done on camera with you, but I will film a few colouring chats so you can see, you know, a lot of the progress on this. So who's pre-ordered this book? How many of you have pre-ordered it? You've seen it and thought, oh my gosh, I need to have that book. Right, let's come over here and we will, yeah, we'll base this one as well. Let's do that and get that done. And then I know which colours are going where. I know that from some of the comments that I received on my flip through of this book, all of the comments were really positive. So, you know, it sounds like you guys are loving what you've seen of this book so far, which makes me really happy. It really does, because like I said, I think Kerby's work is fantastic. I did show in my January completed pages that I finally finished my double page spread in Imagimorphia of the airships that I started last May. So yeah, that one is finally finished. Goodness, you know, 8 months. But it's done. It's done. And yeah, I think I already know what page I want to colour next in that book. But there are quite a few in here I'd like to colour, so I can see me working in this book a lot during this month. So yeah, keep an eye out for my February completed pages. I'll also, if I remember, I do need to get better at posting my completed pages to Facebook and Instagram. But I will do my absolute best to do that for you. I tell you what, I'll even post progress pictures of this. So there's sort of, you know, we've got a reference to go back and look at to see how far we've come in sort of like in segments, if that makes sense. I think that would be quite a nice thing to see in picture form, the progress of this double page spread. I think that would be really cool. It looks like I coloured over some petals on the other page, so I'll have to just erase over those in a minute. But I'll colour these with a fine liner because they're really dinky. They could be like cherry blossom petals, couldn't they? I think we might have to do that, I think. I was going to do the trees green, but I'm looking and it does look like they have sort of like little flower shapes in them, so maybe we'll do these pink instead. That would be quite cute, wouldn't it? So we're just putting this light base of the raw umber on the tree barks at the moment. So let's move over to this page. So what I'm going to do, guys, I think is work on this tree first, and then what I do on here on camera I will do on the other page off camera, if that makes sense. Let me just move the pencil case a little bit. I just need to sharpen. Oops. My pencil sharpener will cooperate. Okay. I just want to get these sharp so I can get into all the little details and things. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, so I'm going to go in with my darkest colour now in the Polychromos, which is burnt umber, and I'm just going to go in quite lightly where Kerby has put some of the lines as indications of shadows. In some places I'm going to go with a heavier pressure and then gradiate that colour out like that, just so we get a really nice seamless blend, hopefully. That's the plan anyway. So let's do that here. So like I said, I will be using all sorts on this page. I'm really looking forward to it. But I will keep a note as well of everything I use, because I know sometimes come the end of the month when I'm doing my completed pages videos, if I haven't kept a note, sometimes I do forget. So okay, so like I said, I'm just putting this darker colour where Kerby's put some of his lines on here. So I'm using those as a guide for shading. It's helping me sort of map out, you know, where I want my darker colours to be. Okay. So this is starting to take shape a little bit, isn't it? It's amazing what adding a little bit of shading can do. So this is basically what I'm going to be doing to all of the bark on the trees. Don't know if you can hear in the background, it sounds like I've got loads of traffic passing the house today. It's a Monday, so I imagine it's people getting back into their routine after the weekend. Okay. I'm going quiet. It's only because I'm concentrating, I promise. I don't know if you guys do that when you get engrossed in a page, you just go quiet. So I hope you can see now just sort of, what a difference it makes just having that, having that bit of shading. Makes a big difference, doesn't it? I'm just thinking I can also work on this page in some live streams as well. So we can do that too, which would be nice. So we can chat as we colour, can't we? That's always a nice thing to be able to do. I enjoy live streams very much. Okay, let's see. Right, so I've got some darker here. coming up around this bit. Start adding some of the other colours in a minute, and we'll see what we can do with this tree. I love all the little details in Kerby's work, I really do. You know, and it looks fantastic if you colour it with, you know, straight colour with pencils or markers. You know, gel pen looks amazing. Whatever you want to colour with is entirely up to you. Okay, so we'll do this bit and then we'll start blending in some of those other colours. Okay, so I'm now going to go in with Burnt Sienna, and this will add a lovely, sort of like a really nice red tone. To some of the areas on the tree. And as you can see, I'm just sort of lightly flicking in that colour because I don't want it to overpower the, you know, the other colours, but I do want it to be noticeable. So I'm just lightly flicking that colour in and shading a little bit here with it. So it's just adding that really lovely touch of warmth to the tree, which I'm hoping will look really nice with the pinks that I'm going to be using in a minute. Okay, and put some up here. Okay, so up here on these bits, I've just gone in with a darker pressure and then slowly gradiated that out to give us that nice effect. I'm going to do the same here. Flick the colour in there. That's looking nice. I like the tone that that's given. Really do. Yeah, I definitely think I need to colour in another of Kerby's books as well this month. Since doing that Imagine Morphia page, you know, getting that one complete and receiving this beautiful book, yeah, it's just kind of given me the bug for Kerby's books again, so I can see me working in these a lot this month. What about you guys? What are you all working on at the moment? Have you got a work in progress on the go? Have you started a new page in anything? Are you close to finishing a page? Let me know. I'd love to hear from you and hear all about what you're working on at the moment. Okay, right, let's take a sip of my drink and then we'll go in with another lighter colour. Okay, so this is Beaster, and then I'm going to just run this really lightly over the lighter areas and that beautiful red colour that we've just put down, just to blend them together. But I do still want to leave some areas, you know, with a little bit of a highlight. It's looking really pretty, if I do say so myself. So basically this is just what I'm going to do on both of the tree barks. So hopefully that excuse me, hopefully that gives you an idea of what these will look like when we're done. If you feel the need to go in and sort of tweak your shading or whatever, if you're following along, then absolutely do so. I'm going to go in with a little bit more of this red. The burnt sienna. I just want to make that a bit more prominent in some areas, like that. Just make it a bit more noticeable. Okay, it's getting there, isn't it? So yeah, it's just a case of looking at the page and, you know, thinking where you want to maybe just add a little bit more depth, things like that. Okay, yeah, I'm liking that. So now I'm going to go in with the raw umber, which was the really light colour that I basted the whole thing in, and just really super lightly just run that over what I've put down already. Really lightly. And there we go. So like I said, I'm going to do this on both of the trees all over. So let's keep those pencils to the side. And then I'm going to go in with a Crayola Super Tip and colour all of this on the trees. Like I said, at first I thought it was leaves, but as I'm looking closer, there's like little flowers and things. So I think I'm going to do this like a cherry blossom tree. So please excuse my arm. Okay, so I do want quite a deep pink for these darker areas. I might be better off going in those with fine liners though, because of all the little bits to get into. So let's find a pink just to base, you know, just to base the trees with. That's a bit dark. Let's have a look here. Whoops. Yeah, I think that's more like it. We'll go with that one. Okay, so like I said, this is a Crayola Super Tip. I'm gonna just grab a blotter page because I don't want to get the ink here on the edges onto the next page. So I'm going to just put that there to protect the paper. And then it doesn't matter if I go over the little flowers because I'm going to go in on them with gel pen anyway. So I will add some shading over the top as well. Again, where Kerby has put like these lines and things, I will add some shading there. To add a bit of, a bit of depth, a bit of dimension. You don't have to. You can colour this page however you want if you want to colour along. You don't have to use the same colours or, or anything like that as me. You colour it however you want. You don't even have to colour this book. You could just use this as a colour and chat if you wanted to. And colour from anything that takes your fancy at the time. There's no pressure at all. So I'm just basing these with the Crayola Super Tip. I'm not too fussed about those there at the bottom, those flowers, but the bits that look like leaves, of course, I want to, get the colour down on that. Okay, so I am really liking this pink colour. What do you guys think? And I don't know if you can see, but there is no bleed through, no ghosting with the super tips. So long as you sort of don't keep going over the same area again and again, you will be fine. This paper is really lovely to work on, as you can see from the pencils as well. So you shouldn't have any problems with your water-based markers, so long as you just keep it to a light layer. So I'm just doing that up by the edges, so I'm not sort of pulling back down on the paper, because I don't want to ruin the page and I don't want to ruin the tip of my marker. So when I get close to the edge, I just do that. And then the paper behind is just catching that extra pigment there. Base all of this as much as I can. And I hope as well, by me using different mediums on this double page spread, that it will show you guys that you can use all sorts and just let loose, have fun with your pages. Because that's what colouring's about, isn't it? It's just enjoying the process of putting colour to a page and having fun. And that's definitely what mixed media does for me as well. For you guys it may just be like, working with one medium, working with pencil or gel pens or whatnot. But yeah, I really enjoy actually throwing different things at a page. It's a lot of fun. The more I'm kind of adding the pink to these trees, the more I'm kind of changing my mind about the colour palette that I was going to go for the rest of the page. Just wondering if I want to take this in like a really feminine direction. With all this pink here at the top, which will be the cherry blossom on these trees. Yeah, I'm kind of thinking, I'm going to use like pastel colours on here actually, and quite a bit more pink and things. So yeah, I might be changing the direction that I take this actually. I guess we'll see as we progress and see how we go. just see what happens, I guess. That's all we can do, isn't it? Let's just run that on top like that. That might be a bit quicker. So I opened my box of Crayola Super Tips 100 count last night. So that's the set that I'm using this marker from. I think I would always get the 100 set now. This is my third set, and I just really love the range of colours. I really do. So yeah, I would always buy the 100 set. I purchased this box a little while ago, just before or just after Christmas, I think, because so many of my others were running out. So I was like, okay, time to replace them. You know, if you've been with me for any stretch of time, you know how much I enjoy using my Crayola Super Tips. And these are great for colour by numbers as well. They work brilliant in those books. And saying that, they work great on pretty much anything. They're so versatile. Okay, so there's the pink base on that one. So yeah, I think this is looking nice so far. I really do. So I'll keep that pink pen out. I'll take a sip of my drink. And then we'll do some shading up here, I think, on the tree. Let's see, what pinks have we got in here? Got magenta. Let's try magenta and fuchsia. Let's sharpen these up. Okay, so let's go in with excuse me, let's go in with the oh, I've got the wrong one. Did I grab the wrong colour? Yeah, I did. Oh my goodness me. Ugh. It would seem I've got that Monday feeling as well. Oh, I grabbed middle purple pink instead of magenta. Right, there we go. There we go. So I'm going in with magenta. And again, where Kerby has put sort of like these little lines, this is where I'm going to put, put my shading with my darkest pencil. Like that. Yeah, this is looking really nice over that pink super tip. And it's not too dark of a pink either. So it's sitting really nicely on top of that marker. I am so glad I'm inside. It sounds like it's pouring with rain outside now. Oh, typical English weather. So I'm just working in circles. Around some of these areas. And then, as you can see, I'm just gradiating that colour out a little bit. Just going around some spots where I think some shading would look nice as well. Just to add a little bit of depth and dimension, as I said earlier. And this is a really good technique as well. I love doing this in so many of my books, where I use a marker base and then shade over the top. It takes a lot of pressure off of my hands. If I'm having a day where my arthritis is really affecting my dexterity in my hands, then marker basing is just perfect. It's a great option. And even if you don't suffer with dexterity issues, it's you know, a way that you can colour, and it gets a really nice effect as well. It's a quick way to lay down a base of colour too, which sometimes, if you just want to put colour to a page, that's really handy. Okay, get some of that darker colour in here. So I'm just moving down here now. Quite dark on this bit. And then I just want to lighten that colour there on the edge section. Okay, I'm really liking the way that this is looking at the moment. Okay, so let's go in now with the fuchsia and just add that where we've put our magenta, and then also in a few other spots as well where we just want a slightly deeper shade of pink. Yeah, that's really pretty. Okay, I'm liking that a lot. So I think today off camera I will just continue working on getting the trees done. Okay, what do you guys think? I think the colour is really pretty. Okay, so put some of that there around that edge. Like that. Using it to blend in the magenta as well. I'm really sorry guys, I keep going quiet. That's what I get for getting engrossed in a page, isn't it? I'm sorry. Please forgive me. We'll just finish shading this bit and then we will call it a day on this page. And what I will do is once I've uploaded the video, I will also post a progress picture of the page on Instagram. So if you don't follow me there, my Instagram name is the same as the channel. It is at Kate's Colouring Haven. So excuse me, please feel free to follow me over there if you don't already. To be honest, I think I'm probably more up to date with Instagram than what I am on Facebook. I try, but sometimes it's just, you know, social media. Okay, I'm really liking that. Okay, so let's zoom out and I will show you where we are so far. So let's just get the double page in view and I will zoom you out. So this is how far we've got today. And like I said, I will work on this off camera as well. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for joining me on this blog tour for the release of Kerby Rosanes' new book, Worlds Within Worlds. Don't forget, guys, this will be released in the UK on the 6th of February. If you haven't pre-ordered your copy already and you want to check out the flip through and see what this book is all about, you will find the flip through in my playlist. But yeah, I would highly recommend this book. And again, a great big thank you to Michael O'Mara Books for sending me this copy for review and for giving me the opportunity to participate in another blog tour for them. It is very much appreciated. Thank you so much for joining, everyone, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!